Welcome everybody to the Undisputed Podcast. Me and my co-host Jeff go over two matches each pay-per-view. Starting with 1997, we are finally into 1998. We are going over the 1998 Royal Rumble match. These are always fun. There's never really any non-fun Royal Rumbles. Some are clearly better than others, but there's never any where you're like, wow, that one totally sucked. If you did, you're just kind of being a hater, because it doesn't matter how little surprises are not. The match type itself is just fun. Okay, it's always gonna be fun, but some of them are just better than others. That's just the best way you can put it. But no matter what, you just know you're always gonna enjoy it at least a little bit, always. So, with that in mind, we're doing the 1998 Royal Rumble match. Starts off showing Mike Tyson watching from a skybox up top, and that comes to play as they get closer to WrestleMania, but doesn't really influence tonight. So, Cactus Jack enters first. He has a bunch of trash cans. Oh, by the way, I'm going to try to go over this as best as I can. I'm not going to say every single punch or something that happens. I'm just going to go over key things that happen during this match. Okay, so Cactus Jack enters first with a bunch of trash cans. And then Terry Funk will enter next under his alter ego, Chainsaw Charlie. And he enters the ring with a bunch of chainsaws. Then Mick Foley starts chucking chairs into the ring. Then, right away the match starts. Foley hit, with a chair to the head of Funk. And then Funk with a chair to the gut. And then twice to the back of Foley. Then chair again to the head of Funk. And then Foley actually hands the chair to Funk and says, "Hit me." So chair to the head several times. These guys are just crazy. Honestly, just absolutely insane. Then number 3 comes out and winds up being Tom Brandi. No idea who that is. Doesn't matter, because he doesn't last long. They just double team him real quick and toss his ass out. Tom Brandi's eliminated first. Foley hits a back body drop, and then a suplex on the chairs. Then number 4 comes. If you're some oh. Okay, that's way too early for that. Nation of Domination member The Rock. The Rock stomping on both of them. Foley with both of them. Foley uses a trash can, hits The Rock in the head with the trash can. Now they put the trash can on top of The Rock and start punching it while it's on top of The Rock's head. Then Terry Funk ended up blowing Foley. And then 5 hits, and it winds up being Mosh. Then Phineas Godwin at 6. And then 8 Ball at 7. Nothing really happened between all these guys. Funk ducks, and Foley goes for a clothesline, and Funk ducks, and Cactus Jack gets eliminated. And then you get Bradshaw at 8. Nothing happens, and then you get Owen at 9. And right away, Owen gets jumped by Jeff Jarrett and just gets absolutely assaulted, and it looks like he can't compete in this match anymore. That's where we're at. The number 10 is Steve Blackman, and Blackman punches Funk so hard that he almost goes out of the ring. Sorry, autocorrect took that and changed it to something else. I had to try to figure out what I wrote. Blackman punches Funk so hard he flies over the top rope and almost gets eliminated, but he holds on. And then as he rolls back in the ring, 8 Ball pile drives Terry Funk in the middle, and then Steve Blackman also almost eliminates Phineas Godwin, and he holds on. D'Lo Brown, Nation of Domination second member at 11. Terry Funk's teetering by his legs as Bradshaw's trying to get him out. And then The Rock starts stomping a mud hole in Steve Blackman and walking it dry. And then The Rock and D'Lo start fighting. There's not going to be no Nation teaming up here. No, they start going at it with each other. Then you got Kurgan at 12. Kurgan's terrible. Kurgan eliminates... He's like a Great Khali, like before Great Khali. He's so bad. Kurgan eliminates Mosh. And then Bradshaw hits a big clothesline from Hell in the Rock. You got Mark Merrow out at 13. And right after that, Kurgan eliminates with Steve Blackman. D'Lo low blows The Rock. And then you get at 14, Ken Shamrock comes out at 14. Then you get Shamrock, Bradshaw, Phineas, 8 Ball, and The Rock all team up together to eliminate Kurgan. 8 Ball hits a sidewalk slam on D'Lo. And then The Rock hits the people's elbow on Chainsaw Charlie. And then 15 hits, and you get Thrasher And immediately Bradshaw hits a clothesline from Hell on Thrasher. What a way to enter the Rumble, Thrasher. You're going to wind up soon like your brother Mosh outside the ring, buddy. Then at 16, you get Mankind. What is going on? Mick had already been eliminated early in the match. Yeah, but that was Cactus Jack. This is Mankind. Mankind comes out at 16. Mankind and Funk go after each other. Mankind ends up eliminating Funk from the match. 17 is the artist formerly known as Goldust. He looks real creepy here if you're following storylines. He's a little weird. Goldust, he ends up eliminating the artist formerly known as Goldust, my bad, eliminates Mankind. And then the artist formerly known as Goldust almost eliminates Mark Marrow, but can't. And then at 18, you get Jeff Jarrett. And then you see Owen runs down and starts brawling with Jarrett. He hits a spinning heel kick on Jeff Jarrett. Remember, Owen never got eliminated. He just got assaulted. So Owen's in the match now. Jarrett throws Owen over. Owen skins the Keldon, skins the cat, comes up, tosses Jeff Jarrett outside of the ring. Bye-bye. You get the Honky Tonk Man comes out at 19. And while that's happening, The Rock eliminates Ken Shamrock. They had a rivalry. They even fought for the Intercontinental title earlier in the show. It was shown later on in the Rumble. The Rock actually hit a low blow before that. Then tossed Ken Shamrock over the top rope. And while The Rock's eliminating Shamrock, you see Triple H and Chyna come down to ringside. Triple H's on crutches. And then as Owen's trying to eliminate the artist formerly known as Goldust, Chyna tries to hit him with the crutch. Owen grabs the crutch, but while he's playing tug of war with the crutch with Chyna, Triple H comes up, hits him with the other crutch, and Owen Hart gets eliminated. This is setting up a feud for a WrestleMania match between Triple H and Owen Hart. I mean, stay tuned for that. I don't know if we're going to go over that match or not, but stay tuned just in case. Triple H tells him to suck it and then goes away. 20 is Ahmed Johnson. Hopefully he doesn't eliminate himself again this year. And then 21, you get Mark Henry, another Nation member. Mark Henry ends up low-blowing Ahmed, and then someone throws powder in Ahmed's face, and I wasn't able to catch who it was. But 22 hits, nobody comes out. Apparently, that ends up being Skull, and he was injured, so he couldn't come out and compete. Ahmed Johnson gets eliminated by Mark Henry and D'Lo. Then Phineas Godwin is eliminated by Mark Henry. So Mark Henry is making his presence felt real quick. And then Phineas and Ahmed start fighting outside. No idea why. They just start brawling on the outside. Then D'Lo and Mark Henry start going at it with each other. So that was new. And then 23, Kama Mustafa, that's right, the Godfather, get aboard the whole train. He comes out next at 23, gives Ahmed a little shove on the way out. That's 4 Nation members now in the ring. Honky Tonk Man almost eliminates The Rock, but can't do it. Then at 24, Stone Cold Steve Austin, after Jerry Lawler's been talking the entire time about Stone Cold's not in the match, he got jumped backstage. Here he is, he's perfectly fine. He comes up from behind. Austin eliminates Mark Marrow. He eliminates 8-Ball. He'll low blow to D'Lo Brown. Eliminates Bradshaw. Henry Godwin comes in at 25. He starts beating down Austin. So, let's recap that. Austin eliminates Marrow. He eliminates 8-Ball. And eliminates Bradshaw right off the get-go, and also kicked D'Lo Brown in the nuts. So quite an impact by Austin when he comes in. Henry Godwin starts beating down Austin, but then Austin counters and almost eliminates Henry Godwin, but he doesn't. He holds on. At 26, it winds up being Savio Vega and his stable, Los Boricuas, all come in and start beating down Austin. Austin starts cleaning house, taking all of them out. And then 27 hits, and that winds up being Farouk. That's the 5th Nation member. Farouk coming into the ring here. Farouk starts beating on The Rock immediately. That's the first guy he goes after. He goes after The Rock. No wonder The Rock ends up turning on him. You know what I mean? I see that there wasn't some good connection here. Both Austin and The Rock somehow manage on the outside, and they start brawling on the outside. The Rock throws Austin to the steps. Number 28 is... it's Dude Love! Holy shit! Mick Foley's out again! That's right. Dude. And immediately he eliminates Bradshaw, who Bradshaw had been a force in this match up to now, but Bradshaw gets eliminated. Austin ends up throwing Goldust and steps on the outside. Neither one of those guys had been eliminated. The Rock hits the People's Elbow on D'Lo Brown. 29 winds up being Chains, and then 30 is Big Vader. Vader comes out at 30. Vader eliminates the Honky Tonk Man immediately. Then Farouk actually eliminates D'Lo Brown. It's a lot that happens right here, guys. Austin eliminates Thrasher. Then Austin eliminates Godfather. Then Austin eliminates Savio Vega. Goldust eliminates Vader. Chains eliminates Goldust. Farouk eliminates Mark Henry. Austin eliminates Chains. Now it's on to the final four. Dude Love hits a double arm DDT on The Rock. And then hits the mandible claw on Stone Cold Steve Austin. Austin with a low blow on Dude Love. And then Farouk eliminates Dude. Then Farouk goes up to the corner and tries to put Austin over. For some reason, he puts his leg over the top rope too. Puzzling to me. The Rock comes over. He dumps Farouk out. It's down to the final two. It's The Rock and Austin. Sounds familiar, right? Get used to that. They go back and forth, and the crowd is going nuts at this point when The Rock and Austin are just exchanging right hands in the ring, and the crowd's going nuts. Oh, who could get it? Rock with a rake to the eyes. This could be it. Throws The Rock out to the outside. The Rock holds on. The Rock gets back in the ring. Austin immediately hits the stunner, throws The Rock again to the other side, and Stone Cold Steve Austin is your winner of the 1998 Royal Rumble match. My thoughts on this are, it was weird to see a back-to-back Rumble win. Remember, Austin won 97, but they knew what they were doing here. They wanted a Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania main event. And I don't blame them. I mean, who could blame them? That would be a hot card. Obviously, some things kind of derail what the match could have been. You know what I mean? With the back injury and stuff with Shawn that happens in the next match. Actually, that we'll go over tomorrow. Sorry, I have something in my fucking mustache. I'll get it later. Who cares? So, they want to set up a Shawn Michaels, Stone Cold Steve Austin WrestleMania main event. They know what they're doing. At the same time, they put over The Rock. The Rock was in there from 4 all the way to the last one, and he almost did it. You know, to be the last one in the ring with Stone Cold Steve Austin after starting the match at number 4, and then before that, defending your Intercontinental title on the show. So technically, he's done like an hour and 15 minutes worth of wrestling tonight. Legendary, and that's why The Rock winds up the star that he is. The right person won this match. There's no doubt about it. I'm critical a lot of WWE decisions. This is not one of them. Austin should have won the match. And I think it was the last final two. And having The Rock eliminate Farouk kind of foreshadows to what was going to happen later. I would give this Rumble a 7.5 out of 10. I've seen better Rumbles in quality. And that's why I'm not going to give it too high. Just because you kind of knew who was going to win. There was only a handful of guys that could have won this match. Maybe Owen Hart, The Rock, Austin. Maybe Mick Foley could have won the match. But there wasn't too many people that you were like, yeah, he's going to win the match, right? So it was pretty obvious going in who was going to win. So I got a docket for that, where nowadays you have like 20 guys that could be worthy of winning a match. As long as you don't look at spoilers, then you wouldn't really know. Like 2021 Edge won, nobody's seen that coming. Nobody's seen that coming. If they say that they did, they're lying to you. Nobody's seen that coming. But the match was fun. It's a Royal Rumble match. They advanced storylines with the Nation. With Austin, they used some of the Austin Rock rivalry, some of the Jeff Jarrett Owen rivalry. Started a rivalry with Triple H and Owen. That kind of started a little bit before that. That's why Triple H is mad. But so like all this stuff was done in this match correctly. So I can't knock it. It's 7.5 only due to lack of depth. Because you just knew most of these guys didn't have a chance in hell of winning. Who the fuck is Tom Brady? Come on, Vince. Anyway, we'll see what Jeff has to say. 7.5 for me. We'll see you guys for the casket match. Shawn Michaels versus The Undertaker. Main event, 98 Royal Rumble. Let's go.